Narito na ang programang Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK. Tutukan ang pinakanatural na pamamaraan ng pangangalaga ng kalusugan hatid sa inyo ng Berwan Enterprises Corporation at Ionique Concentrated Mineral Drops. Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK.
Today I receive all of God's love for me. Today I open myself to the unbounded, limitless, overflowing abundance of God's universe. Today I open myself to God's blessings, healing, and miracles. Today I open myself to God's word so that I become more like Jesus every day. Today I proclaim that I'm God's beloved. I'm God's servant. I am God's powerful champion. And because I am blessed, I am blessing the world in Jesus' name. Amen.
Gustong pag-alaga sa sarili ay pinalaghan. Tipong naglilingkod sa bawat sulok ng Pilipinas. Kunin na maibahagi sa kapwa ang kanyang misyon. Iyempo siya ng isang simpleng doktor sa ngayon at sa inarap. Siya si WATERDOK, para sa lahat, sakit sa loob o sa balat. Si WATERDOK, handang makinig para sa iyong kalusugan.
Personable at maaasahan sa kanyang mga itinuturo na umiikot sa konsepto ng tubig at mga mineral. Dinidinig ang iyong mga nararamdamang sakit at bibigyan ng kalunasan. Obligasyon ang makatulong sa lahat ng oras. Siya si WATERDOK, nandyan para sa lahat, sakit sa loob o sa balat. Si WATERDOK, handang makinig para sa iyong kalusugan. Walang pinipiling pagalingin, sa kanya'y makinig at malalaman mo rin. Kalusog ay pinagyayaman, dahil ito ay biyaya ng buong may kapal. Siya si WATERDOK, nandyan para sa lahat, sakit sa loob o sa balat. Si WATERDOK, handang makinig para sa iyong kalusugan. Siya si WATERDOK, nandyan para sa lahat, sakit sa loob o sa balat. Si WATERDOK, handang makinig para sa iyong kalusugan. Handang makinig para sa iyong kalusugan.
Magandang araw sa inyo lahat. Ito po yung programang Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK. Ako po ang inyong host sa ngayong araw. Ako po si Dr. Ren Paragas, ang inyong WATERDOK. At doon sa mga nakikinig at nanonood sa ating programa through FB Live at saka yung ating YouTube channel, paki-like and share yung ating webpage para yung ibang kababayan natin ay makapakinig din at sila po ay maaaring matuto sa ating program sa ngayon. Sa ngayon po ay magiging ito po ay isang special na edition. Sanhi po na tayo po ay meron na napakahalagang panauhin na i-share sa atin tungkol doon sa history o kung ano talaga ang ating Ionique concentrated mineral drops o yung Ionique CMD. So, samahan nyo kami dito sa aming program. So, para maging madali, i-introduce ko po yung ating panauhin ngayon. Ang ating panauhin po ay siya po yung President, CEO, at co-owner ng MRI o Mineral Resources International. Sila po yung supplier ng ating produkto tulad yung Ionique CMD, ang ating elemental zinc and copper, ating elemental selenium, at ang elite. Sila po yung nagtuturo din kung ano ang tungkol sa mineral nutrition sa iba-ibang bansa tulad ng China, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Dubai, at syempre yung ating bansang Pilipinas. So with no further ado, ipapakilala ko sa inyo si Mr. Bruce Anderson. Sir Bruce, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be back in the Philippines after the pandemic. It's wonderful to be here. I love the Philippines so much.
Actually, Sir Bruce, at this time of the year, we regularly celebrate our anniversary. However, for the past 2 years, because of the pandemic, we were not able to do so with your presence. And with that, there are lots of wellness consultants and other members of Veron Rev Enterprises Corporation that are truly excited to meet you. However, because of the existence of the pandemic, we cannot invite them all to attend the anniversary. So with that, we took this advantage to have a short interview with you so that they will be able to learn more about what you do and what MRI does and how it can help the global nutritional mineralization so that they could help improve our well-being and health. So, are you now ready, sir?
Absolutely. Let's
Okay.
dive right in.
Okay. So my first question will be, how many times have you been in the Philippines?
Oh, wow. I didn't count. Probably about 8 times. And I've been all over the Philippines, from north in Baguio and San Fernando down south into Davao. So all over.
Okay, before I proceed, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for making yourself available for this live streaming and for this live program over various radio stations all over the country in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So in short, you are now addressing almost the entire nation. So thank you very much for making time in making yourself available for this guesting.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime we can talk about minerals, that is my passion. And when I know, since I know how much good we're doing for people, I can't help but be excited about what we have to share.
I really thank you for your company's mission, that is to improve well-being through mineral nutrition.
That's
And
right.
it is through your mission that I was able to create this concept of tubig at mga mineral, sagot sa kalusugan. Translated in English, this is water and minerals solution to good health. So I believe that I have shared with you this concept of how water and minerals together will better improve one's health. So can you comment on this concept that I have created in utilizing water together with minerals?
Absolutely. For years, we knew about the power of the minerals to do many, many things, like balance our pH and to give the body the building blocks that it needed, and improve bone and joint health, and improve pregnancy. And there's just so many things that we've noticed and seen and had people write about us where we've seen such amazing results. But after really working with WATERDOK, Dr. Ranparagas, and his concept, we really seen the results taken to a whole different level. And what we've learned is that water, drinking purified and pure water, good water, is half the equation. That's so important to be adequately hydrated. Every function in the body happens in solution. And so in order for the body to function well, it needs to happen in a well-hydrated environment. But the other half of the equation is the minerals, and the minerals are what really helps the body to hydrate efficiently. We've done studies with our minerals and water showing that people in a very highly active situation fighting forest fires, the group that drank pure water alone drank 73% more water than the group that drank the mineralized water, showing that you're just going to get a lot more hydrated when you drink water with the minerals. And being properly hydrated is the easiest thing that we can do for our families to help maintain and protect their health.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. This is actually our concept that to alleviate the suffering of the people right now. This is what we are trying our best to educate them, that the best approach to disease management actually is proper hydration. And of course, with the prevalence of water pollution everywhere, we cannot just merely drink water from any source, and that's the need for purification. However, the problem with water purification is that it also eliminates the helpful minerals that comes along with it. And with this, we are really very, very grateful that your family has discovered the solution of mineral supplementation just to make the hydration more effective. And with this, I believe that we are helping lots of people today. Now, my next question will be, since we started marketing CMD, CMD had been a very, very common acronym. And since I was introduced to CMD about 17 years ago, the CMD that I always know was that C stood for concentrated or concentration. And with this, there are lots of people right now, especially those catering to CMD, if what the original CMD is, because there are several companies that are claiming that they are the original CMD. So can you please elaborate or clarify if when and who really coined the term CMD and what CMD really stands for?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity to clarify this topic. So the letters CMD, those are just generic letters. They cannot be trademarked. And so that's one of the issues, that when the name CMD got put into popular use, it didn't really specify what company was using the product. So my family business, Mineral Resources International, we're the original company who started extracting minerals and trace minerals from the Great Salt Lake in Utah for nutritional supplementation purposes. Our family business is also the very first company to bring CMD, or mineral drops from the concentrated mineral drops from the Great Salt Lake, into the Philippines. We were working with a prior company before, and the interesting thing happened that they left us, and so they touted for many years the original and the best. And we had seen fake products out there, and then they decided to basically act as if they had the same product even though they changed their source. And the interesting thing about that company is they no longer state what company makes their products. So you cannot trace their genealogy, so to speak, back to the original company that makes the products. I'm so happy that IMRPC and Ver One Rev Enterprises is proud to show the provenance or the genealogy of where the product comes from through Mineral Resources International. So we really are the original company that started not only from the Great Salt Lake, but also to bring CMD into the Philippines.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. That will be very enlightening, and that will also educate our consumers that MRI really produced the original CMD. And with that, we will pause for a short break.
Pakinggan natin ang pahayag ng isang best-selling author at Catholic preacher na si Brother Bo Sanchez hinggil sa ating WATERDOK, Dr. Renato Paragas.
You know, we want to be healthy, but guess what? The blessings are already there, but we don't see it. I'll give you an example. Dr. Paragas, my friend, he's been able to heal a lot of people with all sorts of diseases by just one simple thing, one simple tweak. He increases their water intake depending on their body weight. And so for me, it's like 4 liters, like 3.4. And it has done wonders to my health. Amazing. So he's been able to heal people with hypertension, people with diabetes, people with this, and people water. But isn't water like there, like available? Yes. Guess what? It's right there in front of you, in front of us. But we don't see it as very precious, very dear.
Ugaliing makinig sa programang Tubig at Mga Mineral. Alamin ang mga pinaka-natural at simpleng paraan upang labanan ang mga karamdaman at panatilihing malakas ang katawan. Dito sa inyong paboritong himpilan ng radyo, hatid sa inyo ng Ver One Rev Enterprise at Ionique Concentrated Mineral Drops.
We're back to the program, Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK. Thank you very much, Sir Bruce, for that very, very brief explanation. And this is my next question for you. When I was with the other company, actually almost all the members were brainwashed that the quote-unquote CMD that they marketed was the most powerful food-grade source Ionique health-giving minerals. And since you were then the supplier, this is still what is in my mind. And since there are other CMDs claiming otherwise, I would just like you to more or less clarify or elaborate further that does this quality of being food-grade stores still apply to MRI?
Thing about when you were taking the product from the other company, that was true at the time. So I don't know that that was actually brainwashing. It was actually true at the time, but then the company decided to change the main ingredient, the only ingredient in their product. And so they had that story, and then they changed the underlying facts and continued to pretend as if the product inside was exactly the same. So we have the exact same original ingredient through IMRPC and Ver One Rev Enterprises, the same quality product you have come to trust and see results with for years and years. Our company has been doing this business of extracting the minerals and trace minerals from the Great Salt Lake for over 53 years. So when I say we are the original, we really are the original and the best.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. So my next question is, how can MRI claim that their product is all natural and food grade sourced?
That's another great question. So all natural, we basically, it's an all natural solar evaporation and precipitation process on the Great Salt Lake. There are no chemicals introduced. We do full spectrum testing to validate that no chemicals have inadvertently been put into the product. We've done other testing. Every batch of product receives rigorous testing, multiple point testing. And so that's the quality that we feel like. People ask us many times, why do you do all that? And we do that because it's our mission to get results, to actually change the health of people and let them experience the miracles that we've seen for years. So as far as food grade, there are processes required to go through that require a product to be food grade. Now, the interesting thing is our competitors that had some ponds on the Great Salt Lake, we recently saw that the ponds that they had are completely gone. So where are they getting their product now? And in fact, the company listed on their labels for years as supplying the product, they're no longer found in Utah. And so it really raises some interesting questions that with our competitor, you have a hard time tracing back where the original product comes from. If it doesn't list the company, then it really could come from anywhere and it would be impossible to know. That's not the case with MRI and IMRPC. You can trace it right back to the company that manufactures the product in Utah, United States of America.
Thank you, Sir Bruce. So ito nga sinasabi ni Sir Bruce, mga kababayan, na yung mga ibang company na nagkiklaim na sila po ay kumukuha ng itong kanilang mineral supplement sa Great Salt Lake ay ayon kay Sir Bruce ay yung supplier po ng isang company ay nagsara na at wala po sa listahan ng mga establishments sa Utah na sila po ay still in operation. At ang pangalawa po, yung mga ponds nila na kiniklaim din nila na doon sila nag-harvest ay wala na rin. Actually, pinakita po ni Sir Bruce sa akin mga pictures na yung mga ponds na po ay natabunan na. Okay? Kaya napakahalaga po na talagang malaman kung sino po yung gumagawa ng inyong product. And for that, my next question is, Sir Bruce, is that some of the companies that I have seen, they always indicate the manufacturer of the product they produce on the labels. However, there is a company that also sells mineral supplement wherein it does not indicate the manufacturer. However, they claim that their product comes from Great Salt Lake. Now, being a resident of Utah, living near the Great Salt Lake, and I believe that the Great Salt Lake is a very, very good source for minerals. However, when you talk of minerals, they can be used for industrial purposes. They could be used for agricultural purposes, but what we're after are the mineral supplements that is used to supplement human beings. So, any opinion on a product that does not contain or indicate who the manufacturer is? Is it dangerous for one's health?
Well, it's unknown whether it's dangerous. I mean, for me, I wouldn't want to take a product and consume a health product into my own body without knowing the company that made the product. That's only logical. There are only 2 companies on the Great Salt Lake that have water rights that can extract minerals for nutritional supplement purposes. And one of them, their ponds just got leveled. So they no longer have the ponds where they were extracting before. Where they are now, I don't know. But the important thing is that we are inspected by the the Department of Agriculture and the FDA. And so if that's connected with our company. And if you don't list the company, then how do you know what inspection that company has? There are certainly companies, there is a company on the Great Salt Lake that extracts their minerals for agriculture and industrial purposes, but they don't have the same quality measures in place that one would need to have for food grade purposes.
Thank you very much, sir. Another question would be that actually, sir, I have been to the your harvesting facility 4 times, or maybe about 5 times already, and then MRI really give importance to its location along the Great Salt Lake, because Great Salt Lake actually has 2 shores, which is the northern shore and the southern shore, which is actually what is divided by this railroad course. And your harvesting facility is located at the topmost northwestern shore. Now, this area of your harvest, you always give very vital importance of the specific location of your harvesting ponds. So my question is, why is it so?
So we actually have 2 harvesting locations, but both of them come from only the north end of the Great Salt Lake. And that is really important because the majority of the fresh water that goes into the Great Salt Lake goes into the south end. And then eventually there's some flow from the south end to the north end through the railroad dike. And that's important because that keeps the north end so much more pristine and more pure and more concentrated. So that really is where you want to extract the highest quality brines on the Great Salt Lake.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. Right now, I think we have to pause for a short break again.
When God created the world, He provided us with all the basic, essential nutrients the human body needs to live happy and healthy. However, man invented various foods and beverages as substitutes for the nutrients perfectly designed for a healthier body. The deviation compromised the human body to function at its optimum, resulting in numerous diseases. The best way to restore lost health is to return to the very basic, nature. Eat real foods created by God and not processed, refined, instant foods without any nutritional value. Foremost, drink water supplemented with Ionique concentrated mineral drops only because it contains lots of healthy minerals that assist in the vital functions of water in the body. Ionique concentrated mineral drops is the world's most potent, 100% natural, food-grade sourced Ionic, health-giving mineral supplement from Great Salt Lake, Utah, USA. God-created nutrients are greater than man-made solutions for health, well-being, and longevity.
We're back to the program. Thank you very much, Sir Bruce, for all those answers to these queries. I hope that our listeners will get enlightened and be more educated of our product and why, personally, as a medical professional, I am more confident in utilizing products that you manufacture than some synthetic substances in order to help our fellow men regain their health. So my next question is, it has been about 53 long years that your family, together with MRI, have been manufacturing these mineral supplements like Ionique mineral drops, elemental zinc and copper, elemental selenium and elite. And as a medical professional, I have always been amazed and fascinated of the effects that it's given our consumers. And I have noted its potency, and really they really work wonders. So my next question is, what makes your product very potent and very effective in more or less giving us a solution of restoring health and well-being?
That's a great question. You know, in the Hippocratic oath that doctors take, they say first do no harm. And so balance is such a critical aspect of these minerals. And we get our minerals from the Great Salt Lake, which is a concentrated sea. And seawater and the body's major fluids are very closely balanced together. However, we've done an all-natural solar evaporation and precipitation process on the Great Salt Lake, wherein we remove most of the sodium. And so most of us get enough sodium in our diet. So sodium isn't bad, it's just that we get too much of it in our diet. So that's something that seawater, if you just consume seawater, you might get out of balance with your sodium. So balance really is one of those key functions that we need to stay within balance. The second aspect would be that the minerals are concentrated. And if you try a mineral product and it's completely dilute, then you may not get enough of the minerals to actually do your body the good that you're looking for. So when you try our product, you realize that it is a powerful, powerful product. It's as concentrated as you can get it while still remaining in a liquid solution. And then the third aspect that I'd like to share is that the minerals are in electrolyte form, or we also call that ionic form. And that means that they're capable of conducting the body's electrical energy. And so these minerals, every time our bodies move and think and do things, it requires electrical functions. And the minerals and trace minerals in electrolyte form are the body's conductors of that electrical energy. So that's three really important aspects to understand when you're judging a mineral product.
I was introduced to CMD dating back 2006. It was a friend of mine who introduced me to the product. And with that, I proceeded to the first company that was marketing it. Now, when I was introduced to CMD, it was just used as a dietary supplement. So they said that you could just add this to any beverage of your choice. You could add it to soft drinks, to your coffee, to your juices, to tea, and sometimes even to liquor, just to prevent quote-unquote hangovers. Now, when I studied more of about CMD, I learned that it will do much more than that, not just as a supplement, but something that will help mankind restore their lost health. So with that, studying also water before I met the CMD, I tried combining, instead of advising my patients to use CMD together with other beverages, I actually mandated, or I could say obliged them to take CMD only together with water. And that's how I came up with the concept of tubig at mga mineral. And since you started marketing, you are also aware that you also recommended such that you could use in any fluid of your choice. So right now that I have more or less modified how the Ionique CMD should be used, but only together with water, do you have any comment on how I altered the way it should be used?
Well, we're so grateful for what you have added and what this company, this partnership has added to our knowledge. You know, I think when you look at, there's a lot of times we think of things in good, better, and best. So having minerals, what we have, you know, maybe some minerals are good. The minerals that we have are better, but when you combine them, so we might have the best minerals, but in the way that it was used might just be considered better. But when combined with water and realizing that water is the beverage of choice, and it's the beverage that the body is crying for in order to get adequately hydrated, then when you combine the minerals with water, it's like the full equation matches up, and that's when we really see the amazing miracles that we've been experiencing and seeing here in the Philippines and other areas around the world.
Thank you very much. Now, I have been utilizing Ionique mineral drops together with water with my concept tubig at mga minerals sa gusto kalusugan, and occasionally I also add other elements. Like today, since we are in pandemic, I always combine selenium, zinc, and copper together with Ionique minerals just to enhance or boost the immune system of our fellow men. Now, there are some individuals whom I would provide or recommend these elements, since most of them, I would always advise them not to use the elements that I'm prescribing them together with these synthetic products that most of my colleagues would prescribe. In your about 53 years of your company's existence, have you come up with any side effects or adverse effects using the product for a short term or for prolonged period of time?
So the first part of the question I'll answer this way, that we've had liability insurance. We really need to have liability insurance so that if somebody had an adverse effect, meaning a serious side effect, that they could get damages from us. And so in our 53 years of history, there has never been paid out any damages from liability issues in taking our product. But there are side effects that do go along with our products, but not as you might think. So many times people will take our product for energy, and then they notice that they have a better mental clarity, or they take the product to help balance and regulate their blood sugar, and they notice that their bone and joint health and pain and stiffness that they may have had in their bones and joints has improved significantly. And so we see a wide array of benefits. The only thing, like anything, you can overdo it. And that's important to realize, that the product needs to be taken according to the recommended instructions. So as long as that happens, it's extremely safe to be used over a lifetime, not just a short period of time when you think you might need to improve your health. We now have 3 generations of our family who have been taking CMD. So we have a long real-time history of use of our products. So we also put our products through a process called GRAS, which means it's an FDA designation, meaning generally recognized as safe. And that means that we brought on a panel of toxicologists, and they reviewed every nutrient in the product to make sure that there was nothing in the product that would be harmful for long-term use. And that is so true. If a person were to take more than their body could use, then it would cause a little bit of a laxative effect. And that's your body saying, I've got more than I need, cut back a little bit. And we recommend that that's why you put the minerals in the water, so you get the minerals throughout the day. So rather than getting your minerals all at once in the morning and then the body thinking, oh, I got more than I need, let it go, you get the minerals throughout the day while you're drinking, and that is the most beneficial way to consume the minerals there is.
Thank you, sir. In one of the certifications that your company has regarding your product is GRAS, as you have mentioned. GRAS means generally recognized as safe. So in the 3 generations that your family has been using these minerals, can we now say, or can you comment on whether it could be used for infants, to children, to pregnant women, and also for elderlies?
Absolutely. The thing is that if the body lacked these minerals completely, we would be dead. So the question is, are we getting enough of the minerals in our diet? And there's a study done by Paul Bergner and also Dr. David Thomas in the UK. So Paul Bergner did it in the United States, and the research showed that the minerals in our foods have declined significantly over the last 50 years. So if it's not in the foods, then how are we going to get it? The best way to get those minerals is through the water that we drink. And so the question is, do we want to live the best that we can live? If we do, then I think supplementation is the ideal answer. Now, Dr. Mildred Seelig worked with us for years, and she was maybe the world's foremost expert on magnesium. And she did an article for us called Magnesium and Mom. And she specifically showed that low birth weight babies were directly related to low magnesium levels. And further, she showed that when a baby was born under the normal birth weight, those babies were more likely to have degenerative diseases later in their life. So the most important thing a mother can do for a child is give her child good nutrition while they're still in the womb, and also directly after when they're nursing. And that way, that can be done by the mother consuming good water and good minerals. And then throughout our lives, we need the good balance, because those minerals are simply not found in the foods we eat. And as we get older, we actually need to be a little bit more diligent, because hydration is more of an issue. We have seen studies, and the scientific research is clear that the older you get, the less water you will find in the human body. So hydrating becomes more and more of an issue as you get older.
Thank you very much, sir. So mga kababayan natin, mapapansin niyo, maririnig po ninyo kung ano po yung mga sinasagot ni Sir Bruce. And gawin po natin dun sa mga hindi po gaano makakaintindi ng wikang English, in the coming episodes po natin, pipilitin natin na sabihin sa inyo sa ating wika kung anong mga naging kasagutan ni Mr. Bruce dito sa mga tinatanong ko po, kasi ito po ay mga mahalagang issue na kailangan talakayin para yung mga yung mga questions nyo, yung pagdududa nyo doon sa effectivity ng product ay masagutan ng tama. So sa ngayon, we will pause again for another break.
Hi, I am Bruce Anderson, co-owner, CEO, and president of MRI. I want to inform our Filipino clients that Ionique Mineral Resources Philippines Corporation, or IMRPC, is the sole importer and exclusive distributor of MRI products in the Philippines today. After our sales agreement with Health Code International, or HCI, ended in 2011. For genuine and authentic MRI CMD that is known as the world's most powerful 100% natural food grade sourced health-giving ionic minerals, I encourage you to all purchase the most trusted brand, Ionique CMD, from Verwanrev Enterprises Corporation, based in Naga City, Camarines Sur, and only its authorized product distribution centers and outlets throughout the country. Verwanrev Enterprises Corporation is located at Panganiban Drive, Naga City, Camarines Sur.
Inyo pong napakinggan ang pagpapahayag ni Mr. Bruce Anderson, co-owner, CEO, at president ng MRI o Mineral Resources International. MRI is the manufacturer of the best food-grade mineral supplements in the world. Ito ay ang manufacturer ng original at 100% na pantaong CMD sa Pilipinas, ang Ionique Concentrated Mineral Drops. Food grade, natural, ionic, pure, complete, potent, balanced, proven, safe, trusted, convenient, economical, health-giving, fast-acting, verifiable source. The manufacturer and its complete contact details are indicated in all the labels. Reputable manufacturer. Mineral Resources International has been in the global market of mineral supplements for more than 50 years. So, para sa lehitimong CMD, hanapin at tangkilikin lamang ang original na may logo ng MRI at may brand name na Ionique na may Q sa spelling nito dahil ito lang ang CMD na totoong may quality.
Nagbabalik po ang programang Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK. So, Sir Bruce, my next question will be, in 2011, we were informed by you that your partnership with the former company had to end, and therefore you were looking for other individuals who could continue marketing your product. Now, it was during that time that Ma'am Bernie and I talked about it, and we were more or less not sure if we'll be able to continue marketing MRI products here in the Philippines. But with God's grace and with this help, we accept this gargantuan task to provide the Filipino people with your products, because her family and my family also badly needed these mineral supplements, which is considered as the world's best mineral supplement. Now, when we had this company, IMRPC, established in 2012, just to continue importing your products, there had been news that Ma'am Bernie and I pirated the products from the former company, and we were actually placed in a very, very bad situation, and there were so many individuals who catered to the product that we really did it. Now, the only person who could shed light on this matter is you, because it was us who really took things over, and if we could just continue marketing it. So, since you are here, and after 10 years of us marketing the products in the Philippines, could you really actually shed the true information of what really happened, that MRI gave the product to us to market here locally?
Absolutely, and I appreciate this opportunity. What really happened way back in 2010 was that the existing distributor here was also distributing in India. But in India, they were not performing, and they were losing their contract. And we were threatened, basically, that if he lost the contract there, they might be searching for other mineral products. But we needed to make the product available in India, so we had to terminate the contract because they just simply were not performing in India for several years, and the product needed to get out. And so with that, then we learned later that in Philippines, the former company left us. And so at that point, we were looking for someone who would distribute the original product, because the former company was pretending like they never made a change of suppliers. They tried to make everybody believe that they continued to get the product from exactly the same source, and that simply was not the truth. And so Ver1 Rev Enterprises and IMRPC were aware of what had happened, and that they were starting to work on substituting the product. And so we entered into an agreement when we requested that they become the importers. And the exciting thing about that relationship is that they're both Filipino. And so really they are working for the Filipino people for the best possible outcome with their company. They're not a foreigner coming into the Philippines and trying to push some product for their profit. These are people who were born and raised in the Philippines, who love the Filipino people, who love their country, and want to do the best by their country and the friends and the people that they know. And that's exactly what they have done. We have seen that they have acted with integrity through the entire process, and it has been a great privilege and honor to work with Ma'am Vernie and Dr. Renato Paragas in the last 10 years. We're celebrating now 10-year anniversary with this great partnership, and we have learned so much from them, and we believe we have brought a lot to the table in bringing our products to the Philippines. It has been a wonderful partnership, just like the partnership between minerals and water.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. I really appreciate you having your trust and confidence in us. We never thought that Ma'am Bernie and I will be your new partners since, first of all, we did not have that financial capability. Actually, this is what the head of the former company mentioned to us, that he said that Filipinos will never be able to market your products here in the Philippines, because he said that Filipinos, they do not have the financial capability just to do that. Okay, but with the confidence, actually, when we were discussing on how to establish IMRPC, you mentioned to us that even a small amount to start the business or to start the company will do, as long as the market of MRI products here in the Philippines will just continue. And with that, we are very, very grateful to you. And maybe on behalf of the Filipino people, I would like to express this gratitude to you today. Now, the next question
Thank you very
before
much,
we
Dr.
end
Ren.
is that, you're welcome, sir, is that when we were starting to market MRI products, one of the issues thrown to us also by the former company is that we should not get in business partnership with MRI because MRI was closing. But during that time, it happened that your office was just transferring to another venue. So what they did was they showed picture of your building being vacated, but they did not show the new, bigger, and better facility that the MI really got into. So in this case of being closed shop, okay, but remember, we are now on our 10th year anniversary. So this is something that is unbelievable, but occasionally they will tell us of the quote-unquote financial status of MRI. So could you please shed some information of regarding this concern?
Well, again, I think this seems like a vindictive type of marketing tactic, because if they say that we're out of business and no longer can provide the product, well, then of course people will need to look to them for the only source of the product. And so even during that time, I was coming here and saying, hey, we're still in business, we're still providing the product. And so now it's really clear that that was completely and utterly deceptive. And so, you know, if you cannot trust a company with being honest about something like that, then should you really put your faith and trust in a company about something that you're consuming and putting into your body? So that's a question that I would have. My family has been doing this business for 50 plus years, and the reason that I get out of bed in the morning is because people get results. We see miracles with water and the products that we provide for people. And every day people express to me how grateful they are and plead with us to never go out of business and to always continue to do what we're doing. We now have our third generation working with the family business, and the fourth generation is coming along. And so we are in this, we consider this a mission and a stewardship, a sacred stewardship, to make these products available that God has provided for us and make them available to people all around the world.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. One of the thing I would like to ask too is that a few weeks ago, I was provided with an article that came from Utah, and then the article or the news said that the water in the Great Salt Lake is now receding, and then if it is not properly refilled, then in 5 years it's gonna dry up. Now, there are so many consumers here in the Philippines, actually it was even years ago, that they asked me if Great Salt Lake won't dry up and we will run out of CMD. However, when I went to your facility, remember that you have these huge tanks of CMD ready to be marketed. So I told them that what is lacking is not actually the CMD, but it's the consumers that are lacking. So with that, I provided them assurance that as long as it snows in Utah, then we will have enough supply of CMD. Now, with this said, what is now the present status of the Great Salt Lake?
So really, one of the good news stories is that this year has been a banner year for moisture. We have had a drought for the last 20 years. And we've seen the Great Salt Lake receding, and we've seen growth along the Wasatch Front and the metropolitan area of Salt Lake and Ogden, and that growth uses water. But the state of Utah, the legislature, is taking this issue more seriously last year and today and this year than we've ever seen them. And so we are seeing major movement to protect the Great Salt Lake. And I can say this, that we are the highest and best use of the minerals on the Great Salt Lake. And so the minerals that we provide is so much more valuable than industrial or other uses. And so we should have top priority of all the uses on the Great Salt Lake. The top priority should be using the minerals for one's health and for consumption to keep and maintain their good health. So we don't expect the Great Salt Lake to dry up, and we continue to believe that we will see the benefits of the Great Salt Lake for generations.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. Although I would like to ask more questions, however, time is running so fast that we have to end the program. So I will take this opportunity before we close that I would like to extend our most sincerest gratitude to you on behalf of the staff, management and staff of IMRPC and Berman Rev Enterprises Corporation. Thank you for your presence in the country, and I hope this business partnership of ours will really last until the several generations that will come ahead.
And
yes.
And I must say that we are also so very grateful, because we can't do it all. We don't have the expertise in the Philippines. So there's so much work that gets done here to make sure the products legally come into the country. And that takes a lot of work and expertise. And we need the local distributors in each country to know their business. And so we are extremely grateful for the work that's been done here and the miracles that are experienced because of the work that's been done here. Our family is truly grateful, and we love and appreciate this partnership.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce. So before we close up, do you have any last message for your friends here in the Philippines?
Well, I just invite you to learn more. get in contact with Ver One Rev Enterprises and learn about the miracles that you can experience by improving your hydration levels, by also adding minerals to your water. There's so many benefits that you can see and understand. If you've been lacking your energy, if you've been feeling like you don't have the help that you'd like to have again, please reach out and get in contact with Ver One Rev Enterprises, and I believe you will be amazed at the way you're going to feel. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sir Bruce, again for your presence. So dito po magtatapos ang ating program, ang Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK. Sa ngalan po ng Ver One Rev Enterprises Corporation at gamit ang Ionique Mineral Drops, we are caring most dearly.
Inyong napakinggan ang programang Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK. Hanggang sa muli, tayo'y magsasama-sama sa paglalahad ng mga pinakanatural na pamamaraan ng pangangalaga at pagpapanumbalik ng kalusugan, hatid sa inyo ng Ver One Rev Enterprises Corporation at Ionique Concentrated Mineral Drops. Tubig at Mga Mineral ni WATERDOK.